In the South, college football is a sacred tradition. John Croyle experienced that tradition firsthand as an All-American defensive end at the University of Alabama, a key performer on legendary Coach Bear Bryant's 1973 national championship team.
In high school, I made All-American in football and basketball. And Coach Bryant and other coaches would come to the house and we'd visit and talk and everything, but I had no idea where I wanted to go. But I remember meeting him when I was 15. And he just had this gift of finding already motivated people and steering them the way he wanted them to go.
John had the talent and opportunity to play professionally, but an off-the-field experience permanently changed the course of his life.
I was 19 years old and I was playing at Alabama, and it was the summer, and I was working at this camp in Mississippi. And I was just an old counselor in one of the cabins. And I met a little boy from the streets of Orange whose mother was a prostitute, and he was the banker and the timekeeper for his mom. He would literally knock on the door and say, "Mama, I got the money, here's a receipt." And the man would go and be with his mom. And I told that little boy how he could become a Christian. He came back the following year and told me word for word what I'd shared with him the summer before. I realized I'd been given a gift.
Not sure what to do next, John visited with his coach to discuss the future.
I wanted to go play with the best in the world. And I went to see Coach Bryant, and I said, "Coach Bryant, I want to get the money from pro football, and I want to start this home for kids." I had been telling him about this ranch from the time I was 19 years old. And he just looked at me, and typical of him, he said, "Don't play pro ball unless you're willing to marry it. Go build that ranch you've been talking about." That's it. I walked out and never looked back.
So John exchanged one dream for a new one, the Big Oak Ranch. Since 1974, John and his wife T have cultivated a loving, nurturing environment for children needing a chance.
We have eight houses that have kids in them, living in them right now, and there's a couple in each house. We call them house parents, mom and pop.
Here's our high school boys in junior high and high school. We brag on them on Friday nights, and we got JV games on Tuesday nights, and I better be there. And they'll literally come get water, and they'll take the thing and they'll squirt water. And I see them look in the stands, and they'll give me the little heads up because they know I'm there. I gotta be. That's what dads do.
Your parents or your family can't provide the things you need. The ranch is there for you, and they'll teach you how to become a man, and will take care of you on up into adulthood.
Every child that's ever lived here with us, including the 5-year-old last week to the very first one, they've all heard the same 4 promises. I love you. I will never lie to you. I'll stick with you till you're grown, and there's boundaries, don't cross them. As parents, as fathers, if we give our children emotional support, truth, security, and discipline, you'll raise a thoroughbred every time.
Big Oak Ranch sits on 143 breathtaking acres, a haven for animals, games, and fishing. A child's utopia. Only most of these kids traveled through hell to get here.
Had one boy dipped in hot grease and waist down and burned. I met a little girl that was raped by her father while her mother held her down. I met a little girl, 18 months old. Her daddy brought in friends, and 5 men raped this 18-month-old little baby. I have seen the depravity of what adults can do to children.
If you're just a kid and someone says, "We built this for you," you can never achieve anything until you believe in yourself. So we have to start at the ground level. You're not a piece of garbage. You're not somebody's leftover human that they got tired of. You are a creature that God created, and He has a future and hope and a plan for you.
Over the years, more than 1,900 children ages 5 to 18, many abused, neglected, or abandoned, have been dropped at the doorstep of Big Oak Ranch. Each year, more than 100 kids live at the ranch, with dozens more graduating high school and leaving for college.
He's a junior at UAB. That boy went in the Navy this past year.
We have learned a truth. Rules without relationship equals rebellion. Sometimes what we do is we focus on the rebellion, we focus on the rules instead of focusing on the relationship. So what we've done for many, many, many years is every Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock, I have breakfast with all the high school boys, and we talk about authentic manhood. And then at 7:30, all the high school girls come in. We talk to them about choosing wisely and who they date and eventually who they marry and who's going to be the father of their children. Dear God, thank you for these beautiful young ladies. And thank you for their future lion, the man that's going to be their husband and the father of their children. Protect him, keep him safe. Make him into a great man as we try to make them into great men.
Been able to say a whole lot of things, and there's been a lot of fruit. There's been a lot of mistakes. I've made about every mistake you can make as a man, husband, and father, but there's got to be that time. There's got to be that time where you draw a line in the sand of your life and you say, that's it. I've got to grow up. I've got to lay aside childish things and move on and become the man I'm supposed to be.